Hi. Did you watch the news today? I've been trying to record this. I know my neighbor thinks I'm wacko. Um, Down in Florida, the insurance companies, they want to pull out of having to cover people like in the state of Florida. I think that area of the country anyways, because of all the flooding, with the global warming, and the rising water and the. And they don't want to have to, that's going to be something that's probably going to be coming, which wouldn't surprise me. But my view is on that state, because of all of the freaking invasive species like the green iguanas that have taken over like the towns. Like they've taken over like neighborhoods. And if you ever go like on YouTube, there's this guy and he comes out of a restaurant. I think it was like KFC or something. I keep saying it. And he goes, watch this. And he took it and he threw just out in the parking lot right by his car. And they come running up out of this ditch, like 30 of them, they were hungry. And, and they do bite. If you've seen that girl that was doing yoga on the beach, and that one came up and it bit her hand, I probably thought it was food. But the best was the woman that called. So the state of Florida was paying like $20, $40, $60, $80 a head for people to kill them and bring them in. Because they're getting so out of hand. Well, then they gave up on that, and they were trying to teach people how to hunt them and how to cook them, the iguana. But there was a man, that was his job, and so this woman called him, and he came to her house, and she had a tree, and she was, I've had this iguana, and I see him going by the windows. There's cats, there's dogs, there's kids. I'm really concerned. And he goes up this tree, and he goes, oh. And this is what it looked like, just like a tree. I mean, you couldn't see anything. And he walks around, he goes, you think there's only one up there, eh? He goes, there's about 200 up in that tree. He goes, you can't. She goes, what? Yeah, so you're probably seeing not just one, and there's certain times of the year, like when they're in heat, or the men ones, and they're not green, they turn like red, orange, and they're really aggressive. So she goes, what do I do? And he goes, move. He goes, because they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. He goes, this is, it's a nest. He goes, I can help you, but. And so my thought is, they have, the snakes, the anacondas, the alligators, and the water monitors that were brought from Asia, and the weird fish that eat every other fish, that's native down there. That it's like a Jurassic Park. And maybe they're going to have to just like close that area of the country and lock us out and tell everybody get out. We just got to let them go down there, because it's like prehistoric times down here, man. Because I couldn't imagine even living down there. Just the bug thing would be enough, I always liked, I always thought it'd be cool to be in Florida, but yeah, you think there's only one, right? He goes, no, there's never just one, but I don't know. That's what I think. I think that eventually they're just going to have to scatter from that area of the state, because the animals are coming back and they're taking over. Well, they're everywhere. I mean, if you're, even here, like in my little town, I see foxes. I mean, we have raccoons and skunks and possums way more than I ever have seen in years. Of course, now I don't see the toads anymore, really. I just always see them in the yard, and I thought, I really haven't seen them, much, but yeah, just take note of it, because when you're out at night, that's when it's the spirit world. The animals are spirit, that's their time. That's why they want us to stay home and not be out in our car having fun so they don't get hurt. So they got their time, and then we got our time during the day. Bye, I love you.